G'day guys and welcome to episode 33 of Ask Jack. Today I speak about how to get the big names for your own interviews when you want to go out and start creating meaningful content that speaks to the hearts and minds of your audience. A very messy episode where I'm not really on my game and neither are the crew.
Line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I feel.
I think Gresh just wants a beer. Mate,
No,
there's
you
a
don't.
Jordan.
Ask Jackie D, guys. Awesome stuff.
Come here, Jordan. Episode 32, I answered a question about rather than pumping my... Oh, that was episode 31. Okay, episode 31. Fucking hell, there's a bit of confusion on the floor today. In episode 31 of Ask Jack D, we took a question from a guy called Jordan DeBano, one of our Scalable and Saleable members, about a practice that I have. Rather than pumping myself up before I get on a stage like this, I actually do the opposite. I sort of center and come back down to earth and try and ground myself and relax as much as possible. Here is the man, the legend himself, Mr. Jordan DeBano.
How are we, guys?
Working from the Entrepreneur Development Centre for the day before the big Scalable and Saleable
That's
workshop.
it. Couldn't be more pumped.
Mate, you're looking stylish.
Thanks, Jack. So are you, mate?
Thanks, mate. Just got to compete with you, don't I?
Oh, no, not at all. Mate, I stole your Timberlands.
You did steal my Timberland. Mate, thank you for making an appearance on
No
Ask Jack.
worries.
Love it.
Smash it. See you later.
Today we are taking a question from Hayley M. Hughes on Twitter, who asks, she says, first I'm watching on Periscope at the moment. She was obviously watching last time whenever we were running Periscope, which is awesome. Jack, best way to approach someone successful to interview? Hashtag AskJackD. Hayley, this is a really good question. And I think it's brilliant because it speaks to the very essence of what I believe entrepreneurship is about, which is alchemy. How do we create something out of nothing? For me, entrepreneurship is a very spiritual pursuit because at its essence, it's about creation, right? And creation that comes from nothing else other than an internal idea or an internal inspiration. So when we're looking to interview someone with a profile, we might be looking to do so for our blog or whatever it might be. We need to understand that they're looking for two things. They're looking for distribution. They want to know who is this interview going out to. And the second thing they want is exposure. Who is going to see the interview? Is it going to be in the media at all? What is going to happen by way of exposure? Because they are looking to get in front of eyeballs. Now, if you have an existing blog or an existing magazine or an existing show or whatever, and it's getting great views and great hits and all of that sort of stuff, then you can utilize and put forward in your initial email the number of members or followers that you might have in your community, and that's what will ultimately be the carrot for someone to come and join you. Now, the big question is, what do you do before you've started, right? How do you approach a Janine Ellis from Boost Juice or who else have we interviewed? Megan Quinn from, who was one of the co-founder of Net-a-Porter. I've interviewed like thousands of entrepreneurs. I can't believe we can't. Wolf of Wall Street. Who else? Come on. The crew are adding absolutely no value today, and I'm not much better.
Hey, I got what's his face to come in.
Anyway, I've interviewed a lot of people. Gresh, can you roll some interviews of me interviewing some awesome entrepreneurs now?
I basically, in the late 80s, that's how old I am, absolutely hated my job.
Every human being lives by a set of priorities, a set of values, things that are most important to least important in their life.
One of the things you have to wrap your arms around as a business owner is that the things that make a business successful from 0 to 1 million are not the same things that make it successful from 1 to 5 million, from 5 to 15 million, and 15 and above.
Okay, there you go. Some awesome interviews of entrepreneurs. How do you do that before you've begun, right? Which is the ultimate question. So, here's what I did. When just before I started the Entourage, I wanted to, the whole essence behind Entourage is connecting best entrepreneurs in the world with up-and-coming entrepreneurs, existing business owners that want to grow, or people that want to get into business. So I really wanted to interview Janine Ellis. I think she's a great example of a self-made success story in Australia and a great entrepreneur and a great human being. So what I did is I contacted Think Big magazine, who had a readership of about 140,000 people, and I said, guys, if I interview Janine Ellis, would you give her a double-page spread? And they said, Jack, if you interview Janine Ellis, we will give her a double-page spread. To which I said, awesome. And I then contacted Janine's PA, Kate, and I said, g'day Kate, Jack here, I write for Think Big magazine. We want to do a double-page spread on Janine Ellis. Would she be available for a 30-minute interview? Of course, they said yes, absolutely, given that the distribution was there and these guys distributed magazines all throughout the world. And so by creating that sort of dual-sided equation, if you like, I was able to go out and get the distribution based on the name that I was going to go and get, and then I was able to get the name based on the distribution that I just got, and came together and we did that interview, we filmed it, we printed it, it went on their blogs, their magazine, my blog, and that was really the first major interview I did with a big name. So how do you secure big names? Go and get distribution that already exists, if you don't have it already, based on the names that you are planning to go out and acquire and interview. And in doing so, you'll be giving the publication what they want, which is great content from great people, and you'll be giving the talent what they want, which is exposure and distribution to their audience. Absolute science of alchemy, creating something out of nothing, not nothing out of something.
Cause I'm lining up the stars. I'm lining up the stars. Yeah, we're here doing God's work. Cause tonight is ours.